Welcome back, viewers, to Face, your only English program on BINUSTV. I am your host. My name is Sophia, and I'll accompany you for 1 hour show. So we talked about moving our bodies and my first episode. Secondly, we talked about moving our fingers in gaming and its impact. Now, today we have a special title again, and it's still about moving, but this time moving to somewhere, so it's about place. So about today's topic, we'll be having studying overseas through scholarships. So perk up your ears to see if you are interested in getting any scholarships. So we have a special guest today, and it's a lecturer, and well, I'm speechless when I look at his CV, so let's welcome Billy Setiawan. Hello, sir.
Hello. You all right? I'm good.
Yeah, that's great. All right, so before we start into our talk today, so could you please briefly introduce yourself to the viewers?
Yeah, so my name is Billy Setiawan. You can call me Billy, and you don't really have to call me sir, actually. It's okay to call me Billy. And I'm one of the English lecturers at BINUS University, especially from the English Department and Language Center. I did my undergraduate study here at BINUS in English Literature, and actually I just completed my master's, my MA, in intercultural communication at the University of Manchester. I just finished last month in September.
All right, thank you very much. So let's get into our talk. Okay, it's a pleasure to have you here, really.
Yeah, thank you for having me here.
I'm having a dilemma about calling you sir or not, because yeah, you know, I have a dilemma. So
okay.
how do you feel being in front of cameras and stuff?
Well, I've never done it before. This is my first.
This is your first time
experience. Yeah.
Really? Despite your achievements.
Yeah, but yeah, it's okay to talk in front of students, but being in front of the camera makes me so nervous, actually.
Oh, so this is your first time in front of cameras.
Yeah.
So have you done any seminar before?
Seminar, yeah, I gave like a talk or a conference.
I mean, you're supposed to be popular.
I'm not.
No, I'm sure you are. When they know about your achievements, I'm sure that you will be very popular if they see your CV. All right, so I have this one question which is very popular among the freshmen. Why did you choose English?
Well, to be honest, I used to love math in the past.
Oh God, math. Why?
Until I was in middle school, math was my favorite subject. But then I remember the teacher in my middle school, he kind of killed my passion in math. So I switched to English as my favorite subject. I think the reason was I always managed to get the highest score in the class in English subjects, and I also love grammar, believe it or not, because I think it's similar to math, like the formula, and yeah. And then I kept it up, and then I realized that English opens more opportunities, especially if you want to get like a good job or if you want to study abroad.
I agree.
Yeah, so English has a lot of benefits.
Oh, good. I'm not sure what to say because I don't like math and I personally don't like grammar.
Okay.
Although I know that's the essential part of learning English. And when you accepted my invitation to come here in this talk show, live stream, viewers looking, I was really happy. If you want to know why, because I can't wait to think of the games that we're going to play at the last segment.
Okay, yeah.
So viewers, if you're curious about our game, well, stay on to the fourth segment.
Yeah,
right.
Should be fun.
So you chose English because there's more challenge in there?
Yeah, one of the reasons as well.
So being a lecturer means that you have mastered a lot of, you know, English parts, literature and stuff. And do you still feel the challenge right now?
Yeah, actually, I chose the stream when I was in college here. I chose the linguistics and also the business English. Yeah, but you know, like it's always interesting to read a lot of like English literature to learn about the language in the past, the development of English itself.
I find it interesting as well. But what about phonetics?
Phonetics, yeah, it's also interesting, you know, like.
Oh, are you sure? Are you being honest? Are you being honest?
I am.
You are. So because I find phonetics, I don't know, 50-50.
Yeah, but you know, like you need a lot of practice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Curious, Japanese and stuff. All right. let's stop talking about phonetics right now. Phonetics right now. Okay. You are a lecturer in English department of BINUS, and how long have you been a lecturer?
Well, I actually started teaching here in 2011.
2011, so
I think,
2 years.
That was like a year and a half after I graduated from this university. But then I left in 2012 for a Fulbright program to America. And I came back here in 2013. And then I left again last year for my master's. And yeah, I'm here again this year.
How many classes are you handling right now?
This semester I'm teaching 22 SKS.
22.
Yeah, around 7 or 8 classes.
8 classes.
Yep.
Aren't you having a lot of trouble with them? Are the students, naughty and stuff,
Well, I'm getting used to it.
Getting used to it.
Yeah, but yeah, it's always interesting to interact with the students here.
I see. I actually feel that in my class, in your class.
Okay. Glad to hear
and
that.
I think you're really, you have something that most of the lecturers don't have. And if I'm going to say, it's patience.
I'm still learning about that as well.
All right.
Yeah, but it's a very important aspect of being a teacher. Yeah, how to handle the students.
I want to ask you one question about being a lecturer. How can I score A in your class without doing anything?
That's impossible.
That's impossible. So what do I need to do to get A mark?
Yeah, read a lot and then be active in the class, ask questions if you have any, and then I'm sure you will have a lot of questions.
I have a lot of questions, but there's this rival that I can't just, beat him. Oopsie. Well, as you know, that we keep, raising our hands at the same time.
Yeah, but you need to try harder then.
Oh God, I think I'll have it tough in your class, but I'll work my best. So other side than being a lecturer, everybody has their own interests and stuff. So what interests you?
I think this is like common interest. I like music as well. I like listening to music. I like watching films. I like hanging out with friends, doing some sports a little bit. Yeah.
You do like hanging out, like eating pizza outside?
Pizza? Not really.
Not really.
Trying to stop eating that kind of food.
Why not? Why not? But it's delicious.
Yeah, it
pizza,
is.
The big one slice, each slice gives you happiness every time.
Yeah, that's true. Especially when students make me so stressful. Yeah.
All right. But you just said that we need to stop eating those kind of food.
Okay. Yeah. Once in a while, it's fine.
Once in a while, I see.
Yeah.
And there's this wallet problem as well.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
All right, so could you tell us about a little bit of your family background? So how did you, grow up in what kind of condition, situation, family?
Actually, I'm an only child in the family. And then I would say that, like in the past, my parents couldn't really afford education. So actually, they quit high school because they had to work after middle school. But we are from a very interesting cultural background, actually. Like my dad is Chinese Indonesian, and my mom is Javanese. She comes from a very small village in East Java, and also from we are from different religions as well. So all year we have a lot of festivities. We celebrate Christmas, Lebaran, Chinese New Year's.
Oh, God.
Yeah, so a lot of food all year long.
That's a lot of fun. Now I see why you like culture so much. All right, so we will get into a short break, but we will continue our talk after this. All right, so viewers, stay tuned if you want to know more about scholarships. So see you later. Welcome back, viewers, to Face to Face. We're still getting into the talk, so wait up for the scholarship information. We're still here with Mr. Billy. All right, so Mr. Billy, on to the most important question of the world and the most popular question. So
okay,
are you...
What is that?
Well, I'm sure a lot of parents will ask their children when the time is ripe. So are you available, reserved, or not available?
Oh, can we actually skip that question?
Skip it. All right. Ladies, we can't actually give you any information about Mr. Billy if he's single or not. So let's just continue on to the scholarship.
Actually, it depends on the person asking that question as well. It might change.
Oh, I see.
Anyway.
So I'm not allowed to know. Well, I know. I'm a student of yours. So yeah, let's skip the questions.
Okay.
So if you could identify yourself in one word, what would it be?
I would say that I'm lucky.
Lucky.
Yeah.
I understand that, but I think the word that suits you the most is probably scholarship, because you're everything about scholarship. You're everywhere, anywhere, scholarship. And when I saw your CV, and I was like, wow, what the hell am I doing with my life? Why am I not studying? Why am I here? I'm really worried whether, coming here from a very far hometown, I'm worried whether I'm doing it right or not. I feel dumb.
Well, don't worry. Yeah, you could do that as well in the future. I'm very sure.
You're sure that I can do it?
Yeah.
With all the activities around me?
Yeah, you'll manage to do it. Yeah.
Let's see. All right, so talking about scholarship, you have been anywhere, everywhere, just basically everywhere. So could you tell us where you have been?
Yeah, I think it started back in 2008.
2008.
I went to University of South Carolina in the US for an intensive English program. It was sponsored by US Department of State. And then in the same year, I also went to Thailand to attend workshop on youth culture and development. And then the following year, I went to Prague to attend a leadership conference.
That's far.
Yeah, but it was so beautiful there.
Worth it. Worth it.
Yeah, and then in 2012, I did a Fulbright program in the US again. So that was my second time being in the US. And then last year, I got a scholarship from LPDP, Ministry of Finance of Indonesia, to study my master's in Manchester, UK.
Let me clap for you.
That's why I said I'm lucky.
I see the reason why. But still, in my opinion, it would be scholarship. So you get to study, and you get to travel, and you get to learn a lot of education and stuff, informations, cultures, and etc.
Yeah.
And yeah, we all know there are thirsty students out there wanting to get this scholarship, including me. So what is the first step?
Okay, the first step, I would say that before deciding to apply for a scholarship, you need to be able to answer these simple questions.
What question?
Yeah, the first one, you need to figure out who you are. You need to know more about yourself. You also need to know what you want to do. And then you also need to know what you can give to other people. From that point, you'll be able to state very clear objectives.
That's not simple.
Yeah, but yeah, that's the very first step, because usually the scholarship providers, they're not looking for the most clever ones, they're not looking for the most genius ones, but they're looking for people who can develop themselves and also people who can contribute to the other people, for example. Yeah, and then after that, of course, you need to fill in the application form. It could be very annoying because there are a lot of requirements. Yeah, and then it doesn't come overnight. Like getting a scholarship doesn't come overnight. You need to work to get it. Yeah, that's what I did, or that's what I've been doing, and it's worth.
It's worth it.
Yeah.
Everything worth for the scholarship, for the trip, everywhere.
Yeah, and also travel is just a bonus actually. So yeah.
What if I say that the reason why I want to take scholarship is to meet people and to travel around the world? Does it apply?
Not really.
Oh, why not? Why not? I think it's pretty I don't know, reasonable.
Yeah, to meet other people, to meet people from different cultures. Yeah, that's possible. But as I said before, traveling is just a bonus. But the main thing is like you study and then you develop yourself, and then you learn a lot from the program.
I see. So talking about getting scholarships, so that's the first step. We need to figure out who we are.
Yep.
What we want, and what we can contribute.
Yeah.
Right. So remember, viewers, those 3 steps: who you are, what you want and what you can give and what you can contribute. Okay, so what are the qualifications of getting scholarship? I know that some providers don't actually, want to pick students who are actually clever or genius and stuff. So what are the qualifications?
Yeah, I think the basic ones would be your GPA. Yeah.
Isn't that score? Is it not clever students?
Yeah, but you don't need to have like perfect GPA 4.0, for example. As long as you can maintain high GPA from the beginning, it will be very beneficial.
What's the standard for GPA standard for getting scholarship?
I think it depends on which scholarship, but most of them, I think they require at least 3.25.
3.25.
Yeah.
Well, I'll wait for that. Any other qualification except GPA?
Also, your English skills.
English skills.
Yeah, most of the time you need to provide the TOEFL score, for example.
TOEFL.
Yeah, and also your leadership skills and organization experience as well. That's always helpful.
Do you think I can get it right now?
Yes.
Yes? Oh God, I need to tell my mom. All right, so other than studying English, well, being English department, what are the other efforts that you did to get the scholarship? For example, like the public speaking that BINUS has been babbling about.
The other effort to get the scholarship?
Yeah, for example, public speaking and stuff.
Yeah, I think that would be the process itself. Because I told you it could take a while, it could take a few weeks to complete the application form. And after that, you'll go through the interview process. And then that's a very important step as well. And then, I mean, like, you need to give a very good impression during the interview, of course. And then you need to impress the panelists. And you need to know how to work it out there during the interview. And
I see.
Yeah.
Well, I can dance in front of them. Maybe that will impress them. Just kidding. All right, so what motivated you to get scholarship? Any ambition or maybe financial problem or maybe just wanting to, make parents happy?
Yeah, as I mentioned before, my parents, especially, they couldn't afford education in the past. And then I looked at my family, and then I knew that if I hadn't gone to higher education, I wouldn't be able to provide them a better life. So that's actually they're my greatest motivation.
Motivation. All right. So talking about your achievements in the CV, so you got certificate of achievement as outstanding student of BINUS University every semester. How did you do it? I mean, tell me the key so I can get one to stand out student. Yeah.
Yeah. Again, I'm very sure you'll be able to do that as well.
Amen. Thanks God. Thanks Jesus.
Yeah. I think in the past, the English department, they require 3.50, and then you'll be able to get the that certificate of outstanding student. And then if you get some GPA at least 3.50, and you will get like fee reduction, I think. Yeah. As I mentioned before, it's very important to maintain good GPA. Maybe right now you think that if I study, I wouldn't enjoy my university life. But you will see the benefits after you graduate. And also, one thing that I would like to share, even though I did all of those things when I was in college, when I was studying at BINUS, I also managed to be actively participate in the organizations. I hanged out a lot with my friends.
Wouldn't you be really busy when you were, many years back then?
Yeah, but it's important to know when you need to study. It's important to know when you need to have fun with your friends as well.
I see.
Yeah.
Well, right now my schedule is really cramped, especially Friday this day. I've got lesson, I've got Mandarin club, and I've got this live streaming, and after this I've got the entrepreneurship stuff. So lesson again. So do you think all of this schedule will worth my time?
Yeah, you need to enjoy that.
I see. So you've been to South Carolina, to USA. How did you do it? I don't think I can ever stop asking you how. Oh God, so tell us the moments there. What were you doing there?
Yeah, that was sponsored by the US Department of State and Institute of International Education. So we did an 8-week intensive English program.
8 weeks.
Yeah, so we learned more about those 4 skills of English, the reading, listening, speaking, and writing. And other than that, we also attended some cultural events. For example, presenting Indonesian culture. We needed to present like traditional Indonesian dance, for example, and songs. Yeah, I think we did the Saman dance.
Oh, I see.
At the time.
Isn't it hard? I find it really hard too.
Yeah, but we had maybe like 2 or 3 week practice, and yeah.
2 or 3 weeks practice.
Every night after we finished our classes.
Okay, so how did you impress those, administration stuffs? How did you impress them?
The administration.
You said you need to impress them for them to pick you out.
For the interview, for example. Yeah, I think for my last scholarship, I did this. The interview took place from 8 in the morning until 5 p.m.
So
and
long.
then I was scheduled for the last candidate to be interviewed, but then I got there before 8. Nobody was there yet but me. So in the end, they checked if everyone was there, but I was the only one. So I came there to the room, and then the panelists.
So they just decided to, oh right, this guy. They just decided, oh, this guy is punctual.
Punctual. Yeah, that could be a positive.
That could be a reason.
Positive point as well. Yeah.
I see. So after America, you also visited Chiang Mai, Thailand. Again, what were you doing? You said about workshop. So and in Thailand, were they all speaking English then?
During the workshop, I met a lot of people from other ASEAN countries. Yeah, of course, they spoke English. But I would say that Thailand is, it's similar to Jakarta. I mean, like the city, Bangkok, similar to Jakarta. And we talked a lot about culture and development there.
So there was no accent stuff, obstructing.
Yeah, just like maybe Indonesian English, they have their own English varieties as well.
They have their own accent. Yeah. All right, thank you very much. We'll get into a short break. We're still continuing this talk. Don't go anywhere, viewers. We still have the surprise game coming up. You don't know what it is, but I'm sure it'll be fun. See you later. Welcome back, viewers, to Face to Face. You're still here with me, Sophia, as your host, and our dearest guest today, Mr. Billy. We were talking about you in Thailand, their accent and stuff. Do you remember their accent? Thailandese. How did they, pronounce it in English? Was there any problem with the accents and stuff?
I'm not quite sure because it was like 7 years ago, and
I see.
Yeah, and then we usually went to places with the other participants, and then we only had like interaction with the I think people in the market, and then our Thai friends helped us translate. Yeah.
I see. Was the language there? Was it complicated and stuff?
Yeah, even like some of them think that I was Thai, so they spoke Thai to me. I couldn't understand.
I know the reason. Because when I first saw you, when you first came into the class, I was really sure that, oh, Mr. Billy is slightly Chinese, and yeah, we all know about that, and maybe that's the reason.
Yeah, that could be.
And then as you have mentioned before, after Carolina, USA, Chiang Mai, Thailand, and then there's officially accepted participant of 18th International Youth Leadership Conference held in Prague, Czech Republic. And a Fulbright foreign language teaching assistant at the University of Wisconsin-Madison, as well as full scholarship to the University of Manchester in UK just a year ago. I'm scared. I'm scared. You've been so far.
Yeah, that should motivate you then.
I think so. I think so. So about going to all those places, all those big cities, all those big big countries and stuff. How did you adjust to the environment there? How was the food, the climate change, environment, culture shock?
Yeah, I mentioned before in Prague it was very beautiful, and then they've got like a lot of magnificent buildings. I've seen some films taking place there, but the food, in my opinion, was kind of plain. But it was a very nice experience. And about the weather, especially in Wisconsin, it's one of the coldest states in the U.S. They usually have a very long winter, starting in November, ending in March or April, and then the temperature was always freezing. I remember I had to wear at least 4 layers every time I went outside. But that was very interesting because I was teaching Indonesian language at the university there.
Indonesian?
Yeah, Indonesian language to American students.
Not English?
No.
So you're teaching there, not only, learning and stuff?
I did both. I took some classes as well, but my main duty was to teach Indonesian language and culture at the university there.
How was their reaction when you taught them Indonesian language? Were they eager to know?
Like most of them did Southeast Asian studies, so they were eager to learn the languages as well. They are very critical as well. And we did this. The first meeting, we kind of mixed the language, English and Indonesian. But after the first meeting, we used Indonesian only. Yeah.
Were they all able to converse in Indonesian? Although I know not perfect.
Yeah,
were they able to?
Yeah, that's why they were given a lot of homework as well to practice at home.
Did you ask them if they ever want to, come to Indonesia?
Yeah, they would be very happy. Yeah.
Do you think they will contact you if they actually come here?
Yeah.
Did anybody?
We are still in touch until now, and then I think I've welcomed 2 or 3 of them.
2 or 3 of them. That's fun. I think I need to take the scholarship from now on. I need to, be serious and stuff.
Yeah, you should.
All right. So, the food from among all the places, which one of them has the best food or closest taste to Indonesian food?
The closest to Indonesian, none of them.
None of them.
Yeah, and also I think like American and I'm not really sure. I can't really differentiate, but I think because I just got back from Manchester, and I think I can still taste the food there. So yeah.
So from all the countries, which of them is your favorite?
It's a difficult question actually, because I have fond memories in each of the places, and if I say England is my favorite, my American friends would be upset.
No, let's just hope they're not watching this then.
Yeah, due to their never-ending liver,
Nah, I don't think they will think like that. I think it's no problem for you to have a very nice memory there.
Yeah, and also I think because I spent the longest time in Manchester, so I would say that,
Manchester,
UK
then. Okay, so we talk about different places and about scholarships. So there was this different in education system. How did you keep up with the education? Was it difficult, or was it a little bit adjusting and then you're okay to go?
Yeah, so I would say that even though American and English education are similar, there's still like a few differences. For example, it's not easy to get into U.S. universities. They've got a lot of requirements and qualifications. In England, it's slightly easier because in England they don't require GRE tests and something like that. But when you get in there, in UK, it's more difficult to get good score. Yeah.
So the difference is between administration and the education itself.
Yeah, before and after you are admitted to the university.
So, for example, let's compare the education system in America and in England. Which of them, in the terms of education, which of them is better? Not as in better, but which one of them do you find most enjoyable?
I would say that in England they've got higher standards because they've got a very interesting marking system For example, 60 would be considered B there, and it's not easy to get that point.
Okay.
Yeah, in America it might be slightly easier to get high score, but still you need to read a lot, you need to do a lot of research.
I hope I can keep up with that later on.
Yeah.
So what is the most memorable moments when you were taking a scholarship? You said Manchester is the favorite one, is your favorite one. So what's the most memorable moments there?
Like in Manchester, I made friends with a lot of people from other countries.
Blonde girls.
Yeah, not only that, but like people from the countries that I've never met before, and it's always interesting to interact with people from different cultures, to learn about their cultures. Yeah, I think that's the best experience ever.
So meeting a lot of people, socializing, meeting a lot of differences between cultures and stuff, and discussing it together.
Yeah.
I find a fun thing to do later on during scholarship. I think I need to, keep in touch with you to as a guide for me during the scholarship.
Sure.
Well, let's talk about it later on. So does getting a scholarship means that you are given allowance, or do you need to prepare your own allowance on your daily needs there?
Yeah, I think I was very fortunate that all the scholarship was fully was full. So everything was covered, even the flight ticket, the living allowance, the visa application fee as well. Everything was just covered.
So what about the daily needs? For example, you need to go buy food and stuff. Do they give you any allowance?
We got monthly allowance.
So everything is covered.
Yep.
I need to get it. So what are the advantages of studying overseas? And maybe you can tell us the disadvantages as well.
Okay, let's talk about the disadvantages first.
Sure.
It might take a while to adjust to the culture there, to know the systems, to know how things work. It may take maybe like a few months, 2 or 3 months. You do really need to be curious about things there, to figure out how everything works. Like some people might feel depressed during the first few months.
I see.
But after that, you will enjoy your life there. And also the advantages, I think you will always learn new things.
New things.
Yeah, being abroad, you meet people, you meet your professors, you learn new subjects. Yeah.
That looks really fun. I need to tell my parents right away after this talk show. All right, so after adjusting to culture there and then the environment as well as the society, did you get any culture shock after returning? Well, you said you just returned from Manchester last year. Did you get any culture shock coming back to Indonesia?
Yeah, it's always difficult to readjust to everything here. We call it reverse cultural shock. Usually it's more difficult because, when you talk about England and Indonesia, it's like 2 different worlds. Especially also when you talk about the traffic and things here.
The most essential part, traffic jam.
Yeah, I remember I usually get angry easily. Like the first few weeks I came back here, I swear a lot, especially when I was about to board to the bus or to the train.
That's ironic. I thought you're a very patient person, but even you swear.
Yeah.
So after. The distinction would probably be the traffic jam. Is there any other distinction between the Western culture and Indonesian culture?
Yeah, it's kind of like a very general questions because we know that culture is a very broad topic. But in general, I would say that our culture usually emphasizes on community. Like we like to be together with our friends in groups.
Gather along, doing everything together. So is it different in England and America?
Yeah, I think for many of them, they are more independent. So
more to individuality.
Yeah, not in a negative way, but they don't mind going to places by themselves usually.
I see.
Yeah.
So in the end, why did you choose Indonesia? I mean, with all these achievements, you could make it big out there. So why didn't you apply for overseas job instead?
Well, after all, I'm still Indonesian.
But there are a lot of Indonesians who think they could do better outside, but why won't you think that way?
Yeah, that could be my next plan actually in the near future. I still have a few things that I want to accomplish, but whatever that is, even though maybe in the future I'm not here, I want to leave at least a footprint in Indonesia.
Footprint.
Like having a school or an English institution, yeah, that would be very nice.
So you mentioned a little bit about your future plans. So here is the question. So what are your future plans in the future? What is your plan? Maybe getting married and stuff. Well, let's leave the romance alone.
Okay. I've always wanted to be involved in education. I know it might sound boring, but yeah, education is my greatest passion. So I think in the future I will still be involved at universities, for example, do my PhD. Yeah, and yeah, that's.
So just focus on education, make it big in education world, and contribute to the world.
English education.
English. Yeah. All right. Thank you very much. All right, we'll get in a short break. We'll come back later on the fourth segment. Don't worry, we still have our surprise game. Stay tuned. Welcome back, viewers. So this is the last segment of our talk show today. We'll be playing a game. So as you can see, we have two boards here. I'll make it up so you can see. We've got two whiteboards here, and we're going to play a pickup line challenge, since it has something to do with the cultures in the western part, and well, maybe not much in Indonesia. So we'll be doing four rounds of pickup line challenge if the time allows it. So we have two markers here. We will do the pickup line challenge. Each of us will make a pickup lines, and the bad will be a book or a novel.
Okay.
This is my book. I haven't read it. I haven't opened the seal. So if you win, you get it. If you lose, then I'll keep it. All right, so we can start right now.
So yeah, it's four
rounds, but we'll see how much.
Okay.
Okay. Not sure if I can do this.
Oh gosh.
Are you done?
Not yet. I just done two.
No, we will just do one by one.
Oh, one by one.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can read the first one, maybe show to the viewers.
Okay. The first one?
Yeah, you have to read it too.
Yeah. So the first one, are you Google?
No.
Because you got everything I'm searching for.
Oh my God. That's actually quite easy, you know? Right, this is my turn now. Do you know the difference between a painting on the wall and you?
What is that?
The painting hangs on the wall, but you hang on my heart.
Okay.
Alright, we can do another one. Second one.
Okay.
Well, the crews will be the judge, so let's see what they say later on. Second one.
Okay, the second one.
This is fun.
Never done it before.
I've never done this before too. I think this is going to be the last round. So are you ready?
Okay, yep.
Go on.
Are you fit okay?
Yes.
Because you've been running through my mind all day.
Oh my God, I haven't heard of that one. I haven't heard of that one. Well, my turn. Are you a gardener?
No, why?
Because you planted love in my heart.
Okay, sure.
I think we can still fit the last one, but we're going to do it like really fast. Come on,
Okay.
the last one.
The
I think I lost
last
it.
one. Not sure if it's related, but
As long as it's pick-up line, then it's fine. Oh God, I can't believe I do this. You're done.
oh, okay, not this one actually.
Oh God, what am I writing? Are you done?
Yeah, I've got a better one than this.
Yeah, sure. That will be your last one, your
Yeah.
last chance to get this book.
Yeah. So you remind me of a parking ticket
Why?
because you've got fine written all over you.
Oh my God. That's actually very nice. I think I might lose this, you know? All right, my turn. Are you
Yeah.
a cheater?
I don't know.
Because I don't mind being chitty bang back with you. What do you think about that?
Okay, that was nice.
So, who wins? Who wins? So really? Congratulations! You win this
Okay,
book, and I
thank
lost
you.
it.
Thank
you
you
very
so
much. Apparently, we have come to the end of this show. It's been
Okay.
really fun talking about scholarships and
Yeah.
doing this pickup line challenge.
Thank
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Maybe
yeah.
I'll invite you in another occasion, in another topic. So
Okay,
thank you
sure.
viewers for watching this episode of Face to Face, and I hope this, this episode gets uploaded fast. And thank you for the crews for making this possible. Thank you for everyone. See you later.